Greetings, Lowlifes! Voice Guy and Ghosty are coming right back at you with Week 7's recap. Bye weeks have wreaked havoc on team managers, and that's not even counting the decline of NFL institutions at quarterback, namely Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. So, let's dive into the madness. First off, we had Ghosty's team, Mark Davis's Barber versus Rashad's ABC Easy as BBC. Most of Ghosty's load was blown in the early slate of games. With Jalen Hurts on bye, Ryan Tannehill took over and got him 4 points. Amon-Ra St. Brown finally seemed on track to getting into his early season form, and on his first catch of the game got concussed. Mark Andrews made up for all of it with 4 rushing yards as a tight end. Yeah, Ghosty's roster defecated amongst itself, almost like when the barber's billionaire client looks in the mirror after the haircut. For the BBC, Tom Brady got worked like his future ex-wife will by divorce lawyers, courtesy of the Panthers, but his 12 points did do the job. Devontae and Judy got 18 and 17 points respectively, and Aaron Jones was the engine of the Packers offense this week with 23 rushing yards, 53 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. Oh, and George Kittle did the thing where he's good and doesn't get hurt. So yeah, the BBC stands tall, 118-54. Next, we had John Ryan and Larry Stone's Armed and Hammered versus Dominic's Fast Like a NASCAR. Armed and Hammered seemed handcuffed with Josh Allen on bye, leaving Eno Benjamin's 23-point Thursday night performance on the bench. The football gods had other plans, however. Jamar Chase had 33, Mike Williams 22, and Josh Jacobs put the exclamation point on the matchup with 37. And the Cowboys D added 24 because F Dom, apparently. For Dom, Derek Carr had 14, Antonio Gibson had 17, and Kelsey 16. Yeah, winning wasn't meant to be for Dom this week. Armed and Hammered takes this one 161-87, securing him the Draymond Green Beatdown of the Week award. Third up, we had a big boy bang out between Big John's Can't Lose to Gary and Alex's team on the air and ground. For Big John, Joe Burrow ripped the Falcons a new with 39 points, many of those being in the first half. The Panthers remember that DJ Moore is actually pretty good and threw him the ball more than 3 times in a game, netting him 20 points. Zeke added 18, Chuba Hubbard added 15, and even Jawan Johnson added 20 from the tight end spot on Thursday night. Alex didn't even have that bad of a week, tell you the truth. Hopkins, Barkley, and Mixon all balled out, but not quite to the degree that John's team did. The team Can't Lose to Gary wins this, which now also means he can't lose to Gary's offspring either, the score being 152-104. Fourth in line was a Raider fan rumble between Albert's Dr. Hoptologist and Charlie's Darren Waller Ballers. Albert's quarterback situation continues to get more and more dire as he was forced to start Kenny Pickett this week. He did get his second passing touchdown this week and 3 interceptions. Raymondre Stevenson showed up to the tune of 24 points on Monday night, and Jonathan Taylor finally got back and added 16. Albert failed to reach 80 points, leaving the barn door wide open for Charlie's team. Dak Prescott got 12 against the lowly Lions, while his receivers did dick all. Only 3 players of his scored double digits, led by his kicker who had 16. Charlie barely outscores Ghosty's sorry-ass performance, but no one else. The doctor takes this 78-56. The Hoptologist now comes into a 3-way tie for second place, as well as the linear championship. All of this with the lowest point total in the league. Next, we had Dylan's Dilly Dilly and Caesar's Throw to My Johnson. Caesar boldly went for starting Tyler Heineke over Tua, which ended up being only a half-point difference. I'd also like to mention to Ghosty that Tua did play the Steelers, and Caesar, ever the homer, probably didn't want to root against his own team. Nick Chubb added 19, King Henry 17, and the Baltimore defense kicker combo added 27 combined. Dylan, on the other hand, had Mahomes drop 28, Juju 25, Mike Evans 29, Alvin Kamara. Okay, you probably get it by now. Everyone but his defense had double digits. Dylan takes this 142-95. Next, we had Sierra's TDs for the Triple Ds and Ray's Bone Crushers. Sierra's team was rather bipolar this week, with most of the roster failing to hit double digits. However, Danny Dimes had 29, and Austin Eckler added 37 against the Seahawks. You know, I think Ghosty might be regretting trading Eckler for a tight end who scored, well, not even half a point this week, but I digress. Ray's squad put up a respectable fight outside of A.J. Dillon. Amari Cooper had 10, Olave 18, and the Chiefs D added 16. Although Lamar had an off day with 11 points, and the Triple Ds do take this one 108-84, maybe Ray should have just changed his name this week to Boob Crushers. Last but certainly not least, we had an incredibly important matchup, in fact, the first of its kind this season. 16th place played 13th place, and most of you know what that means by now. It's a cripple fight!
Time!
In one corner, we have Bob Logan, or B-Lo as the cool kids like to say these days, the Baron of Babson, the dumpster of strikes, the alley, the connoisseur of conservative talk radio, and the licker of butts himself, Bob's Butt Kickers. In the other corner, we have Scott Gormley, manager of the Red Wings. No, not the hockey team. The patriarch of the coming reality show ripoff of the Brady Bunch, the Gormley Group. The Grandmaster of the Order of the Eggs Benedict, and Captain Pancakes himself, Fukin. For Scott, Dalvin Cook, and A.J. Brown were on bye. So Justin Herbert went for 19. His backs and receivers didn't even combine for 25 total, and his tight end and defense went for 14 apiece. For the Butt Kickers, Trevor Lawrence did what he could against Scott's Giants to the tune of 19 points. Tyreek Hill added 14, but Tyler Boyd came out of nowhere to drop 30 points, and he helped lead Bob to his second victory of the year, 101-82. Well, now that the main S show is over with, it's time to break out your chili because the secondary one begins. It's award time. This week's R. Kelly's Whiz Kid of the Week award goes to John Ryan, who started Josh Jacobs, who went almost 19 points over his already considerable projection.
I wanna be on you. Drip, drip, drip.
I'm surprised Albert hasn't offered him multiple offspring in his trade for the Raiders back. Next comes OJ's fastest runners of the week, and the young buck Dylan takes this one with a backfield of Kenneth Walker III and Alvin Kamara, who combined for 46, the highest total in the league from the backfield. Bravo.
Damn!
Next, we had the Brazzers choke of the week. Well, we all know that Bob was last, so it should be Scott, right? Wrong! Cripple Fight participants are immune to getting the choke of the week, so it goes to Ghost Rider and his team, Mark Davis's barber. Can I get the haircut before you act that one out, Ghosty?
What are you doing, step bro?
Last and certainly not least, we had Low Life of the Week, and it goes to the reigning champ, the Iron Liver Haver Rashad, and his team, ABC Easy as BBC. And that's going to do it for me, folks. In other news, I'm getting a different job in a couple weeks and will no longer have access to a $1 million radio studio coming in a few weeks. Ghosty and I aren't really sure what that'll bring for these recaps. Hey, maybe Ghosty hits it big in Vegas and buys me a mic that doesn't suck. Who knows? Either way, have a great week, everybody. Voice Guy out.